A stone's throw from the Pacific Ocean in Los Angeles, California, sits one very cool seaside home that's smack in the middle of world-famous Venice Beach.
Venice Beach is life. You name it, it's here.
With more than 3,600 square feet of loft-style living space, a high-end open-air kitchen, an 8-person dining room, spacious bedrooms, and 3 flights of sleek stairs, this 3-story home is the perfect spot for staying cool. Literally. Because this place is clad in refrigerator panels, inside and out. Yup, you got it. It's wrapped in the same aluminum sheeting covering refrigerators all across America.
And I think it's going to be used in a lot of homes now. And I can say I was the pioneer in doing it.
Meet the man behind the fridge, homeowner Thomas Ennis, a car wash manufacturer and machine inventor.
I tell people I wash cars, and basically that's how I started out. I started washing cars, and I decided it's easier to use a machine, so I've been inventing and developing car wash equipment ever since.
Always game to push the envelope with a new innovation, his plan was to build an industrial structure that could stand the test of time, but more importantly, be cool enough for his 2 kids, Savannah and Jack.
I wanted to build a home that would be different and comfortable and yet modern. And I hate termites. And every home in California that's wood has termites. I wanted to build something out of concrete, metal, and glass.
My dad told me about the plan, and I was like, I don't want to live in a jail cell. Which is what it sounded like to me. He's like, there's not going to be any wood in the house. I'm like, really?
Hey, Savannah, no worries. Thanks to architect David Hertz, the panel house is the furthest thing from a prison and is designed specifically with the outdoors in mind.
The color of the panels and the color of the sky blend. When it's a beautiful blue, clear sky, you get that reflectance and the building becomes blue, and then of course with the sunset with this orange, red.
Before they could bring this extreme dream to life, they needed some real-life movie magic.
This is the first residence I did. I worked for the studios for 20 years, building movie sets, so we had a lot of opportunities to build unique, weird structures on a time frame and budget.
Once the previous house on site was demolished, the design team got to work assembling the monster refrigerator. Their first hurdle was the foundation. The fact that Southern California is earthquake central, combined with the sandy beachside footing, made for potentially unstable ground.
We're on a sand finish. We're in what's called a liquefaction zone. We're near major earthquake faults, and so liquefaction is a process where water through shaking comes up. If you're ever on the beach and you've noticed that when the water comes up, the sand really becomes very soft.
In the old days, they would use a caisson, which is a pile, and they no longer do that because what happens with liquefaction is if there's an earthquake and liquefaction occurs, the piles would drop.
And so the idea of this subterranean concrete, essentially bunker, really formed the base of the building.
Work on the earthquake-ready foundation began by clearing the 29 by 92 foot lot. The rectangular concrete slab was poured 8 inches thick throughout, then reinforced at 12 critical load points with additional 8 by 8 foot cement pads, each measuring 2 feet deep.
With this type of a footing, it's like a giant foot or a pad that sits on top of the sand, basically. That way it can't sink and it can't tilt.
You're standing on over 14 inches of concrete right now. And this is for a single-family home.
With a rock-solid foundation in place, the team began constructing the soaring steel frame that would support the 3 wide-open living levels. Once the megaton steel and concrete frame was in place, it was time for the really fun part, installing the refrigerator panels that would complete the puzzle.
So here you have a wall, and you can see the panels. You can see the cross-brace frame connecting between the steel beams, and this beautiful finish over the aluminum skin with the foam panel makes for a very durable, thick wall. It's about 6 inches thick. But the panels themselves are an industrial product used mainly for meat lockers, refrigeration building, ice houses. This is the first time they've ever been used in a residence.
The panels were perfect for the extreme marine environment because they don't rust, Their matte finish won't blind the neighbors. And for a busy family of 3, they're super easy to maintain.
They're very easily cleaned. You don't even have to worry about fingerprints, about the things that you would have on like a white painted wall surface.
And once you special order them from a commercial supplier, they're incredibly easy to install.
The panels are extremely light, 2 men can handle them. It's a matter of just setting them up to the outside of the building, and they're screwed and bolted through the panels into the closure plates on each of the floors for support. And then the panels are interlocking to each other, so you start in one end and you just start building and you just start setting them up and screwing them in. And yeah, it took literally 3 days and we had all the panels in.
When I hung these panels, I was done. The outside was done, the inside was done, and that's it. It's time to move in.